guys, my name's Josh Helms. Thanks for watching my video. In this video, we're going to discuss specific network topologies that you need to be familiar with in order to succeed at passing the Cisco CCNA Data Center 64911 certification exam. Some of the specific topics that we're going to cover are physical and logical network topologies, and some specific physical topologies, including bus topology, ring and dual ring topologies, star and extended star topologies, full and partial mesh, and hybrid technologies. Thanks again for watching my video. If you have any questions or feedback, please just leave it as a comment. So the topologies of the data center can be confusing. You must first, so today's topologies in the data center can be confusing. You first need to distinguish whether you're talking about physical or logical topologies. Now, a physical topology is the actual layout of devices that participate in the network, whereas a logical topology is the path that the data actually travels. This doesn't take into account physical characteristics of the network. An example of this is an Ethernet switch network. An Ethernet switch uses a physical star topology because you plug multiple devices into an Ethernet switch. But the logical topology that it uses is actually a bus because data travels from a specific point to a specific destination. The most popular topologies used in business LANs today are the star and extended star topologies. We're going to go a little bit further into this later, but you need to know. Now we're going to go a little bit further into this later, but you need to be familiar with what a hybrid topology is. And this is a topology that uses two or more physical or logical network topologies. Each of these topologies does have pros and cons. Prior to implementation, it's important to evaluate cost, ease of installation, maintenance, and what kind of fault tolerance you're looking for. So the first topology we're going to look at is the bus topology. In a physical bus topology, devices communicate in a straight line. Nodes are daisy-chained in a linear fashion, like you see in the picture to the right. Data travels in one direction at a time. This means that it's a half-duplex network. When referring to a host on a bus topology, is referred to as a station. This is humorous to me. A host on a bus topology is referred to as a station. So I guess technically it would be a bus station. Every station on the bus topology receives all traffic. All traffic on a bus topology is equal priority. So there's no QoS to look at here. Every segment is a collision domain. In the picture to the right, we only have one segment here. So all of these devices are on a shared collision domain. Now, since all stations are on a single collision domain, we need some way for the stations to know when they can send traffic and when they need to be listening. For this, typically carrier sense multiple access or busmaster were used. I would like to specify that you don't need to know about busmaster for the 64911 certification exam. I mention it only for the sake of full disclosure. Alright, in a ring topology, devices communicate in a loop structure. I've got a picture to the right. I know it's a messy ring, but hey, maybe it's more realistic. Now, traffic only travels one way, so since you are only either sending or receiving traffic, it's half duplex. Examples of ring topology include fiber distributed data interface networks, or FDDI, and token ring. Neither of these technologies are used anymore, but you might see reference to them on this or other certifications. Alright, next up is dual ring topology. This is sort of an evolution of the ring topology. Now, in a dual ring topology, there are two connections per station-to-station segment. One of those connections is for sending traffic and one is for receiving. This means that traffic on the two rings, it travels in opposite directions. Now, because each station can send and receive at the same time, this makes it a full duplex network. And you might be surprised to know that some WANs, some wide area networks, still use this topology. Now we come to the star topology. In the star topology, node communication is centralized. You can see by the switch in the center there that everything is centralized. One of the major benefits to the star topology is that if a cable fails all you're going to lose is one station or one segment of that network. This also simplifies troubleshooting. If a cable breaks, you're going to know where to look for that broken cable based on which machines are not communicating. The evolution of the star topology turns into an extended star topology. And this is when one of the segments of a star topology turns into a star itself. This is one of, if not the most popular Physicland topology. Most star topologies will evolve to this. Next up is the mesh topology. This is by far the most redundant topology. So the mesh topology can be broken down into either full mesh or partial mesh. And it's pretty straightforward, but a full mesh it's pretty straightforward, but with a full mesh network, every device connects to every other device, just like in the picture to the right. Now, if one of these devices did not connect to everything, then it would be a partial mesh. Mesh topologies are least popular on business LANs, and this is because they're expensive. And additionally, with all the extra cabling, they're difficult to maintain. Alright, now I told you we'd come back around to hybrid technologies, and this is where we're going to do that. Hybrid topology, it combines two or more physical or logical topologies. To the right is a diagram of Cisco's actual recommendation, and you can see to the right is a diagram of Cisco's recommendation for business LANs. As you can see, this is a hybrid topology. In the core layer, the topology starts as a star, but then on the distribution layer, it goes to mesh. But then we go down to the access layer, and we're back to star networks. Not only is this Cisco's recommendation, but this is also industry best practice. Alright guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. In this video we went over physical and logical network topologies. We went over some specific types of physical topologies including bus, ring, dual ring, star, extended star, full and partial mesh, and hybrid topologies. If you have any questions or feedback, please just leave it as a comment. Thank you.